Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today's going to be really exciting. Not only do we have our Sunday premiere train, but today is also the This Little Piggy Love Valentine's Day collaboration. For 2023, which is going to be so much fun. Amazing artists are pouring for you guys in back-to-back premieres, and at the end of the premieres there will be an auction and you can register to win one of these amazing pieces that has been painted in front of you, and all of the proceeds go to Piggy Rescues, which is, I think, so awesome. That's so cool. There is a link on my Facebook art page how you can register to be entered for the auction. I will also put that on my community tab and inside the description box for this video and the video that's coming up later this afternoon. Let's go ahead and get started. Today I want to do something sort of Valentine's-y. I hope it works. We're going to try it out together. But before we get started with that, I wanted to show you the dried results of our last wildflower pour, the gemstone wildflower. This was the 24 by 30 inch gallery wrapped canvas that we did with the turquoise base coat, and then we did the very simplified, non-tilted, non-stretched wildflower pour on top of here. And I gotta tell you, I'm kind of in love with the way this is looking. This base coat was all the paint was mixed with Golden's heavy gel gloss and Floetrol, and it's leaving such an amazing shine and shimmer on everything. And of course those beautiful piggies with the boastful in there is just amazing. Like right there, can you see that one, HOA? That gorgeous shimmery green is just so pretty. And I love the way that the turquoise looks on top of the turquoise background, because it sort of gives it a lot of depth and dimension. And of course the sangria and Venus in there with our bronze blinging. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So this turned out really, really cool. I'm really happy with this, and I want to play with that a little bit more to perfect it a bit more if you want. So this time, tonight, we are going to be using this 20 by 20 gallery wrapped canvas from Artist Loft. I have taped and pinned the back, and I have painted my sides and edges with one of my colors, the sort of star of tonight's, well, the main color, the color that inspired this whole palette is this one, is Golden's Quinacridone Violet. Such a beautiful color, really, really pretty, very happy, gorgeous depth to it. It dries a little darker than this, a little bit more red than this. Just such a beautiful color. Really, really happy, and inspired me tonight and totally inspired the palette that we chose. So that's Golden's Quinacridone Violet. I also have my DecoArt Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold that we all know and love. This is the same pouring medium as that one, which is the Golden's heavy gel gloss mixed with Floetrol. Okay, now we get into some Piggy love. This one is Rosé, which is a beautiful color. I love this soft pink shimmer, this beautiful rosé wine color. It's so pretty, and I think it's going to play beautifully with that Quinacridone Violet. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's our rosé. So these are mixed to my Tipsy Piggy recipe, which is, I had my pouring medium standing by, which was the gel gloss on the Floetrol. And then in a separate little tiny cup, I had about a teaspoon or so of alcohol and a scoop of the piggies, and I mixed those two, dispersing the piggies into the alcohol and turning it into a liquid. And then I added that liquid with the pigments in it into the pouring medium, and this is what we've got. Just beautiful. So I think that's really cool. Okay, so the next one we're using is Enchantment. Oh, I started to tell you that because I wanted to show you that the stick is what I mixed the alcohol with. So this is the color that it's going to dry. Okay, so this one is Enchantment, which is a beautiful light purple, lavendery, shifty sort of color. Really pretty. This is Enchantment. Okay, and then we also have this one is Constellation. Yeah, Constellation. And this is a beautiful blue violet, sparkly, color shifty one. It's going to look like this when it's dry. So pretty. So again, these two I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so that's Constellation, and then I have my love Brulee. Where is she? Right here. This pretty baby, which I'm gonna need to get another one soon because it's almost empty because I've used it so much. This is Brulee. Just beautiful. And I love how this one dries because depending on what's around it, it either looks gold or it looks slightly pink. It's just so pretty. We did one Mystic Seas that had, when it was wet, this beautiful white part in it, and then once it was dry, that was Brulee. So it was kind of this goldy pink shifty color. It was really, really beautiful. I also have a tub here of my Quinacridone Violet mixed up for my base coat. This is the same color that's painted on the sides and edges. Looks a little pinker in here because there's more Floetrol in here, but this is the same color and it's going to dry the same color. Okay, so what I want to do tonight is I want to do 2 flip cups, flip and drags or flip and lips on that canvas. It's a 20 by 20, so we need about 15 and a half, 16 ounces of paint. These are 7-ounce cups, so that's going to give us 14, plus we're going to have a base coat, so I think we're going to be more than okay. What we are going to do is, because we have 4 piggies here, we're going to actually try really hard to put that Quinacridone Violet and the 24 karat gold, which are more opaque, in between piggies. So we're going to do 2 layers of piggies, the Quinacridone and the gold, and then 2 layers of piggies and the Quinacridone and gold. So that's how we plan to go along. Let's start. I'm going to layer them the same. So I'm going to start with a little bit of Brulee in the bottom of both. And we're not going to do anything weird or funky with this. And I'm going to put some Rosé in. I'm just going to layer them straight down the sides. Okay. Now we're going to come in with some of the Quinacridone Violet. And look at that already. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it with the Rosé. It's beautiful. And then we're going to put some gold. Then we're going to come in with Constellation. And then the Enchantment. Okay, and now I'm going to put another layer of Brulee in there. Okay, we're going to do that again. So the Quinacridone Violet. The Rosé. I think I'm going to skip the gold for right now. I'll put it in a little bit. Now we'll put a layer of the gold in there. And we're going to go Constellation again. You can see how beautiful and dark that's going to try. It's going to be really pretty. And some Enchantment. And then another layer of Brulee. I think we're going to put one more layer of Quinacridone Violet on top of each of them. Okay, so that's good. Let's move these over. I'm going to leave the gold out. I'm going to thin that down just a smidge with some water. That's in my bucket. Sorry, my big cup is empty. I'm just going to thin that out a little bit. It's pretty thin. Okay. So, I'm going to pour some of my base coat color where I want to flip these. I'm going to put a little bit of gold down first, the thin gold. I'm just going to stretch that out a little bit. And the function of this is as it stretches out, it allows little gold cells to pop up through our pour. Alright, so I'm going to pour a big puddle of this we're going to stretch that out a little bit too. So I kind of want that covering the gold. Okay. Now we're going to do our flippin' lips. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Aye, lass.
Here we go. Okay, so there's one. Just give that a second. And then we'll flip it over. You can already see gold cells popping up through there, which is pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna tilt this one out first before we put the other cup on there. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, wow, that's so pretty. Ooh, that's beautiful in there. Very cool. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one. I'm gonna turn it this way. And we're gonna go over here. Here we go. Okay. Just give that a second. Let this out. Breaking the seal. And distributing the paint evenly. Okay. Alright. Pretty cool. Alright. Move that over. I'm going to put a little bit more of a base coat around the edges and on the corners. I had an idea previously, HOA, to kind of use the lip of the cup and sort of do a kind of like a heart shape. Do you think that's a bad idea, or do you think maybe we should stretch it out first and see what happens, and then we can always do that later if we don't want to? Like it?
I'm going with option B.
Okay. Alright, let's tilt this out and see what happens. This is really pretty in here. I love that. I want to keep that a lot. And I want to keep all this that's happening in here. Okay. So I think we're gonna, let's just move this around a little bit. It seems to want to go off of that corner first. So that's what we're gonna do. Take it down there. And we're gonna bring it back to the center. And walk it down the canvas. Evenly distribute our paint. See how some of it's really thin? That's that gold that I thinned out a lot. Yeah, it'll be alright. Take this back to the center again. Go down off this side now. Take some of that extra flow extender off. Okay, there's a lot of really interesting things happening in here, and there's parts of it that I absolutely am in love with. this in here is just gorgeous. And I really like all of this with that enchantment, and I love the gold cells popping up. The one thing I'm not crazy about is this big river right through the middle of it. So you know what that means, right, HOA?
Another cup.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tilt it and kind of take this off and stretch this out even more, and then yeah, we might end up doing one more cup on top of it. So we're gonna tilt this now to get rid of that river going through the middle of it and get rid of some of this extra paint and smooth this out a bit. And we'll see where we end up. Show you this edge over here. It's so pretty. Look at the side. You see all the cells on there?
Oh, yeah.
How beautiful it is. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I definitely want another cup on there now. I think just one is going to be enough. I'm going to tilt this a little bit more, just to really stretch that out. I think thinning out my gold that much was what was throwing everything off a little bit, because it was making everything move really, really quickly. All right, so now we've got a pretty even coat on there. I'm gonna layer one more cup, and then we'll flip it again. I think I want to try that heart idea that I had, so. Okay. Clean cup over here. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna put some Brulee in the bottom, and then some Rosé. And just a tiny bit of gold. I'm just going to drizzle it off the stick, because remember that was the one that was really thin. You don't want too much of that. Put some Quinacridone Violet in there. And a little bit of Brulee. Some Constellation. Some Enchantment. And we'll drizzle a little bit more gold on there. And then we'll do that again. A little bit of Brulee. Quinacridone Violet. The last of the Quinacridone Violet. And a little bit more Rosé. Brulee. Constellation, and a little bit of Enchantment. So that would be the last color. Okay. See, I love the color combinations, really pretty. And I really love what's happening up here in this part, so I'm hoping we can get that effect. Alright. Okay, there we go. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Yes, madam.
Here we go. See, already I could see that's better, because there was a lot of flow extender before, and the cup like had this lip coming over it. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Just scrape this edge right here. Alright. Let's we're gonna flip this up, and then I think I am gonna lip it. So I'm just let it come out like that. And then with the edge of the cup, I'm gonna kind of do a heart shape. Okay. Cool. All right. We're gonna give that a second and let that spread itself out. I'm gonna torch it one more time. Can you see right in here? Just like this rainbow. That's really, really pretty. Okay. All right. Let's stretch this out. We're gonna go, I'm not anticipating that we're gonna be able to actually keep that heart shape. It's just some vehicle to give us some nice, beautiful lines. I'm gonna bring this back to center a little bit and go down, and walk it down that edge. You're getting a lot of that enchantment there, and the constellation. Let this float down this edge. Come down to that corner. See, this is pushing, the new pour is pushing the old paint right off the bottom. Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty cool. What do you think of all this gold here? Should we tilt it off or should we keep it?
No, I like it.
You like it? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's torch this one more time. I think we're done tilting for the moment. Because we're starting to get some cells popping up like in through here where it's all stretched out. And I don't want to distort them. And if we keep tilting after they start to come up, they will get distorted. So. Interesting is happening because we had so much Quinacridone Violet in the first pour. It's definitely underneath. Like that one cell is really pretty, and it's the Brulee and the Enchantment are kind of laying on top of the Quinacridone Violet, which is really pretty. This is bothering me.
What is?
The gold part.
It's your painting. Do what
Maybe
you
if we
like.
take it down a little bit and open that up a bit more. Okay. I like it. I like what's happening in here. I'm still not sure I love this part, but I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I think this is pretty cool. There's definitely sort of a marbly feeling, and I love that I can see all these different layers of colors in there. In through this part, there's kind of, you can see the Brulee, and then there's the Enchantment on top of that, and with the wispy Quinacridone Violet in there. Not a lot of gold in the second cup, but there's plenty of gold over here. This edge is really pretty. You've got some pretty gold cells coming up all over where we stretched it. I didn't stretch as much on this side because I wanted to keep this because I like this composition right there. This is pretty cool. I'm happy. What do you think, HOA?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I am starting to see some of the blue coming up from the Constellation in through there, that blue violet that we used. I think this is really, really pretty. I think it's going to dry beautifully. So I will show you guys when it's dry. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope you will please join us for this little Piggy Love Valentine's Day collaboration this afternoon, which is going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see you there at those premieres. My episode, I think, is 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So we'll see you there. I'll show you this when it's dry. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm so excited that we actually have sunlight and I can show you dried results. Yay! A gale is blowing, of course, the second I came outside. This is our beautiful 20 by 20 piece with all those amazing, this little Piggy pigments. This one is Love Floats. I'm so happy with how this came out. Really beautiful details in here with all of those amazing piggies. That beautiful enchantment, and of course the Brulee, and of course these beautiful little pearl cells along the top edge. That Quinacridone Violet is just a beautiful color. I love all this like really delicate, beautiful marbled sort of look in here. More cells. All those piggies blinging. There's the gold part at the bottom that I wasn't sure about, but HOA said to keep. And I'm glad we did, because I think it balances the gold at the top edge really pretty. And then this is the coolest thing. So this line of Brulee was coming up, and I did sort of do a little Fiona finger dip over here, and we've got ourselves a little heart there now. But you guys remember this was the one that I wrecked it in the shape of the heart with the lip, and I just wanted to show you we did actually manage to keep that heart shape. If you come in up here and around and then coming down. I saw that while I was editing, which is kind of neat. That's pretty cool. But I love what's happening from this area. From this angle, you can see the bling on these enchantment and the beautiful. Whoa, something just rose, a bird. Okay, sorry. But all of these beautiful colors. There's that Constellation in the center, and the enchantment, and the Brulee. Just really, really pretty. Rosé. I don't see a lot of the rosé, but up here at the top a little bit. But very pretty. Beautiful colors in this. Beautiful shine. I really like that pouring medium with the gloss, heavy gel gloss, and the Floetrol, because it dries so shiny. Like there's no varnish on this right now, and it's already very, very shiny, which is kind of cool. So give that a try. This part's really pretty too. Beautiful stuff. So this was awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please do check out our TLP Piggy Love Valentine's Day collaboration starting this afternoon, and we'll see you there. And make sure you register for the auction, because that's going to be a lot of fun and your chance to have one of those amazing hearts. And we'll see you there. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye. What you doing, Max? What's your baby? Where's your baby? You're so funny. You napping? What you doing, big guy? Oh, you little boy. Yes. Yes, that's gale blowing, huh? Uh-huh. Say bye, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. I love you.